Will Facebook become MySpace? Well, I think it may be. I think Facebook is going to become less and less relevant to the point that people will, they won't delete their accounts, but they'll just walk away from it. So, what is Facebook really? We kind of know what Facebook is. It's the largest social media platform, but let's just put it into some more hard numbers here. Literally 1/6 of the world's population is currently on Facebook. However, Facebook has some challenges that could make the company irrelevant, and I mean MySpace irrelevant in as little as 10 years. First of all, the trust level of Facebook has plummeted. Now, people didn't really put a lot of trust in Facebook, but they just kind of assumed that there would not be any inherent danger to putting up all your information on Facebook. And then you look at the recent 2016 election and they realize that everything you put on there, it can be fair game. It's kind of, as I talked in the previous video about Scott Galloway actually had a great quote. He said, if you are using a product and it's free, you are actually the product. And what he meant by that is that used and exploited. And people are now beginning to realize that when you use something for free off the internet, it's really not free. It does come at a cost. And if you're fine with having your information used and possibly exploited by third parties, then that's fine. But I think a lot of people will have problems with that. Another big problem is Facebook's management is not very good. Mark Zuckerberg may be a great innovator and a great idea guy, but he's a very, very poor manager. And the fact that he's not responding very well to the security breach, and Facebook does not seem to have a very proactive stance towards anything. I mean, they finally kicked off Cambridge Analytica and a couple of other marketing intelligence companies. There just seems to be no one really in control of that ship. And another thing is, a lot of younger users are really leaving Facebook or not even joining Facebook altogether. They're going to other platforms like an Instagram, Snapchat, Telegram, other social media networks. When you think about it, Facebook started out as a place for college kids, and then they started getting everybody across all age spectrums. But kids who are young, they kind of want to have their own space. They don't want to be where their parents are, where their uncles are. And Facebook is where everybody is. And with a social media platform, or with any brand, you're kind of dependent on getting new people into your business, into your platform. And if young people are like, yeah, I don't really want to be on Facebook, Facebook has an existential problem. It cannot exist in its current form. Now, I don't think people will necessarily delete their Facebook account. If you look at MySpace, people didn't delete their MySpace account. I think I probably still have an active MySpace account, but I haven't been on it in 10 years. So I think people will just leave Facebook and it just becomes essentially a ghost town. I think another big problem is Facebook's revenue obviously comes exclusively from advertising. If you look at a lot of the advertising, it's not your big brands. You don't see a lot of car companies, soda companies, big advertisement for movies. A lot of it's kind of low quality advertising. And when you do that, it just the revenue is not going to be very big because those low quality advertisers, they may spend money with you 1 month, but they may not be there next month. When you have a brand like Coca-Cola, if they're spending millions of dollars with you, they're going to spend millions of dollars with you every month, forever and ever. A low quality advertiser, maybe they have one ad campaign, they spend 50,000 with you, and then they disappear, they go somewhere else, so they're not advertising as much. Another big problem with Facebook is that they're trying to compete with video right now. If you see a lot more video on your streams, that's because video just has more engagement than a regular post. The only problem is Facebook's interface, if you notice, is really not built for video. And people are like conditioned animals. And Facebook is not where you go to video. Like when I want to watch video, I go to YouTube. I don't go to Facebook. I go to Facebook to see what family members are up to. I don't go there to watch a 10-minute video. It just doesn't feel right. It's almost like having spaghetti at 8 a.m. in the morning. It just, your body's rhythms are off watching videos on Facebook. And another problem, every government now is going to start hitting against Facebook if they feel like the information used on Facebook is going to harm their government or harm the citizens' privacy. So now Facebook is going to face a bigger threat than Amazon faces. You know, Amazon faces a threat that they're basically eating alive every company out there. And you have big companies that will go to the government and say, you got to do something about Amazon. Well, when you have the citizens say you have to do something about Facebook, the government's more likely to respond because they could really be voted out by citizens faster than one or two companies. You know, one or two companies could put together a super PAC, but if citizens are like, hey, if you don't fix this problem, we're voting you out, the government's going to react quicker to a Facebook situation than an Amazon situation. Also, I talk about Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is no Jeff Bezos, or he's not even a Tim Cook. I honestly believe he's a smart person, but he's not a mature person, and they need to put in a chairman or replace him as CEO if Facebook really wants to survive. So, yeah, and I looked at all the big tech giants. I looked at all their CEOs, Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, Netflix, and Facebook really does have the worst CEO of them all. So, and finally, the biggest problem that Facebook has is Facebook's model can easily be disrupted. Amazon would be very hard to disrupt because they have so many businesses and they're so large, but Facebook, all they are is just a social media platform. Another hot new social media platform could come out and then Facebook is toast. So all I gotta say is look very hard at Facebook if you own Facebook stock. Just monitor it because I do believe that it doesn't have a big moat around it. Even though it's very dominant, it's very likely to be disrupted. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.